this time around, Stephen, Marie and Paul are going to say something, so I'll start off with Stephen.
Very good. Thank you. I've got a text for Dad, just so he can
read it. Yeah,
if he wants to follow along.
Oh, please, Steve.
Yeah. When I was doing my research on 65, I found out that it was an angel number, symbolising the love you get from your home and your family. And it represents spirituality, dynamics, teaching, stability, and your biggest treasure in life. So that's all, that theme is all pretty amazing and seems very appropriate for today as we celebrate 65 years, Mum and Dad's wedded bliss, continuing on, and the way they treasure each other and their celebrated life together. I'll focus on three aspects of that theme: stability, spirituality, and family. Stability. Those many years of dedication, hard work, and looking after properties at Glenline Road, Dalesford, as well as Rosedale Grove, the Boulevard, and the Man's House. Always the next project. The planning, building, extra rooms, restumping, working together, sharing decisions, and my recollection might be wrong, but never a cross word.
in front of the children.
In front of them, that's right, exactly. Spirituality is the second thing. And Mum and Dad's dedication to their church, first St. Bernadette's and then Mother of God, masses, rosaries celebrated at home, bingo nights, volunteering, the KSC, the Teresians, St. Vinny's shops, and St. Vinny's visits, a dedication to the church across many years. And last but not least, the family, that's us. The time Mum and Dad have generously given us over the years, always welcoming newcomers to the family. The first newcomers, of course, were 5 children. And they had to get used to that, of course. Then 4 partners.
Oh, thank you.
And 12 grandchildren. And their new roles as Gramsci and Grandma. 4 great grandchildren. And who knows what to come. Mum and Dad have always provided us with time, with their love, with a place to go, someone to talk to listen, to give countenance, teaching and guidance. We follow their example and learn from their knowledge. Sharing and caring, it's been everlasting and still goes on today. It's all superlatives, a spectacular effort, a wonderful example of love for us all, and a big well done from all of us. I'll end with a short poem, Enduring Love. From across the room, those rays of sparkle caught her eye, and he was drawn to Riva's beauty and style. Is this the man to wed for life? Is this the girl to be my wife? And so it was their life's journeys together began, always in each other's arms, Riva and her man. Their love sparkles like diamonds specially set. We celebrate this day 65 years since they were wed. So happy 65th wedding anniversary, Mum and Dad, and you've done so well. So Mum and Dad.
All right, Marie is going to say something now.
Mum and Dad have been wonderful parents from a very early age, it was clear that Dad was always working, but he always had time for us as well. When he worked for the SEC, he could have continued up the line to the very top. And instead, he was happy to stay second so he could get onto the train and be home at 6 o'clock for tea for all of us. But whenever we think of Dad, we think of him outside with the wheelbarrow and pruning the hedges in the front garden. But when he first met Mum, he was not immediately convinced. He thought, she looks lovely, she's got olive skin, which is perfect for him. But he was a very serious man. He'd been offered a contract to play with Collingwood, but he said no because he wanted to do well as an electrician and eventually an engineer and make a success of his career. And so instead of playing for Collingwood, he worked very hard with the SEC and designed the substations. And Mum was always glamour. And I think when we look at all the old photos of Dad with the Lee Francis and his motorbike and Mum in the Lee Francis, and we think of them coming home from those beautiful dances with Mum on the back of the motorbike with her dress trailing in the wind. It's a very romantic story for us to have grown up with. And when I look at the photos, initially it's just Bernard and Stephen feeding the ducks in geese at Daleswood Lake, and then all of a sudden I'm in there, and then we have to wait for a while before Ray and Paul join us. But by the time we were 18, we had moved to the boulevard, and we have a beautiful photo of us all sitting around the table at the boulevard. Mum and Dad have been tremendous role models. Mum is a primary teacher, or she was, and I'm a teacher as well, and Dad an electrician and engineer. We have one electrician and one engineer in the family as well. But they are even temperament, and the ladies on staff come up to me and say, your parents are still holding hands. No, they're still romantic after all these years. So it's been great to have them as parents.
Okay, thank you.
Well done, mate.
And now Paul.
Okay, just like to endorse everything that's been said by Stephen and Marie. I was going to talk some general things, but I may actually put some personal memories in as well. So, as the youngest in the family, obviously missed the first 10 years of married life, but
He's upset for you. He's upset you missed that.
He broke the ice for you, Paul. You can relax.
just had an amazing childhood. My own memory was I used to kick a little Nerf ball around the kitchen and used to get in the soup when Mum would make the soup and be on the table. And no criticism, just life goes on, Paul. And we all played tennis at St Bernadette's, and we had Mum and Dad were always playing in that, a couple of levels above the rest of us. And so many years of happiness at St Bernadette's, the tennis club and the church. And then the holidays, you don't quite realise till you're an adult how wonderful those holidays were. That each because Mum was a teacher, the holidays would fit in with the school holidays, and then so we had I think 3 consecutive trips to Queensland. I think there were 2 to the Sunshine Coast, then the Gold Coast, and then with the caravan as well. Flinders Ranges, Mildura, a whole bunch of them. I think the first one was probably the most dramatic, is when we all went up to Sydney. Bernie was at uni, so he didn't come, but Mum and Dad had booked this a week with the on-site caravan, and we get to Sydney, and it's just a caravan in someone's backyard. And we got a booking for a week. So, total disaster, apparently. But the next day, Mum and Dad looked up the caravan book, RACV caravan book, and there was this one called La Mancha, which was too good to believe. It was just like 5 stars, games room, which was always an essential for all us children. So they went looking, and it was just newly opened, this caravan park, La Mancha, near Mount Karingai. And so they got out of their first place and moved on to the next, and we all stayed and had a fantastic time at La Mancha. And that was just one of the many fantastic caravan holidays that we had. So, fantastic memories. Later on in life, when we moved to East Ivanhoe, Mum would entertain, or not just entertain, but do the neighbourly thing. With there would always be an Indian family living next door, and Mum would always take on her role to teach the female, or the wife, give her English lessons. So we had Yasuko, Mitsuka, I can't remember. Sorry, they're Japanese to start with, then became Indian later. So, and then the other joy for Mum and Dad later in life is Scrabble. 20 years of Scrabble. It's like a third of your marriage, playing Scrabble on a Sunday night. And I said rather rudely to one of my friends, I thought, it's a sex surrogate. And Mum goes, I didn't even think Paul knew what those words meant.
Surrogate.
Yeah. Well, that is it. So, and you know, when you play Scrabble with Mum, it's like being drawn into a spider web. I'll just put this one down here, Paul. You know, that's not a word. What's that mean? Oh, it's in the book. Triple word score. Thrashed most times get thrashed. But that's many years of happiness with the Scrabble, and obviously raising all the family. Now there's the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren. So that was all a bit extemporaneous, but I've now got back to what I wrote. So 65 years marriage is an astonishing feat of love and longevity. In fact, I've never heard of anyone doing it. So amazing effort. Your mum and dad's lives have been a model for all people. Everyone here today and everyone that they've met. They've raised 5 children, 12 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, another on the way. Their commitment, love and devotion to each other has been unending. Mum and Dad have lived principled, ethical lives underpinned by their strong Catholic faith. Mum and Dad, you have so much to be proud of, and we're so proud of you. So well done, Mum and Dad. 65 years of marriage, an outstanding achievement. So I'd just like everybody to charge your glasses, and we'll do 3 cheers.
Yep.
3 cheers for Mum and Dad. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
To Mum and Dad.
I'd just like to say a few words. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for this delightful spread. A lot of work going on. I'd like to thank this girl here for 65 years of wedded bliss. Yeah. Thank you for looking after me for all those years. In our love together, we produced 5 beautiful children. All of them are here today, which is very nice. And they in turn have produced 12 grandchildren. What more could you ask? Now, the latest is great-grandchildren. We've got 4 great grandchildren, 4.5. So 5 in May, with a bit of luck, all being well. So, I'd just like to, if you would, I'd propose a toast to the Riva and Ray Street clan on this 65th wedding anniversary. That's a record, by the way. No street has got the 65 years of wedding bliss. Thanks for all the nice words being said by the family. If we just have a toast, my lovely Riva and the street clan.
Okay.
Straight back.
Cheers.
I think that concludes the formalities. There's some lovely food, thanks to everybody who brought that along. Marie's got a card there that you can write in.
Yes.
So if
And
we
we've
do
got
that just as a souvenir.
And we've got a present for Mum and Dad.
Oh, presents!
Yes.
Oh,
Which
yes.
they can
Yes.
explain.
Yeah.
Just explain.
Yeah.
It's a Byron.
Yes, we put together a little celebratory book of family photos, Dad, for you and Mum, as a present to commemorate your 65th wedding anniversary.
Well done.
So, congratulations. Yeah. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah.
And there's a blank page at the back if everyone wants to write. So we've got the card.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, enjoy the rest of the celebration. Thank you all for coming.